Hi, this is John Marling, Pulse Research. Today we're going to go over some suggestions on how to present to a realtor. We're going to do the mobile presentation because that's very, very engaging with them. Before you show them the presentation, it's extremely important you engage with them so they understand it's about and for their business. So here's what I suggest you say. I've got good news. We just did a real estate needs survey. Well, what do you mean by that? They would say. Well, and here's what I suggest you say. It's very, very important. We asked the same questions you would ask if you did your own real estate survey. And they say, well, what do you mean? And I would say, well, would you ask in the next 12 months, do you plan to use a realtor to sell a home? And they'd say, yeah, I'd like to know that. And then you ask them, would you also ask, would you want to know if you're going to list a home to sell or a condo to sell or land to sell or commercial property to sell? And they say, yeah, definitely. And then I would say, yeah, I've got good news for you. Let's take a look at the real estate research information. But the most important thing is it'll help you identify where you can get additional listings, some areas you might not have been aware of, because this survey is very, very fresh and it'll give you some insights like a crystal ball into future real estate selling needs. Okay, would you like to take a look? And they're going to say, yeah, sure. So on your smartphone or a tablet, you just walk them through the real estate presentation. You just click here and you say, look at this. Good news. 13.2% of our audience plan to use a realtor in the next 12 months. What does that mean? Well, we reached 37,500 households. And at 13.2% each, that means there's almost 5,000 households we reach who are going to use a realtor. And then ask them, how many of those would you like to get? Guess what? They say, all of them. Then would you like to know what's the potential commissions for you? Look at that. We're estimating the average commission is around $6,600. We'll get their input, okay? This is just a estimate, a talking point to get them engaged and get their input relative to the commission they would make on an average home they sell, okay? Then look at that. There's over $32 million in commissions. That'll get their attention. And look at this. If you just got 1% share, that's over 300,000. I would imagine any realtor you call on would be excited to get over 300,000 in commissions, right? Absolutely. And look at this. You can edit in real time with their input the presentation. You just click on the edit button. You can change the audience here. You can also change the percentage they feel they can get. So you put in front of a very aggressive realtor and says, oh, I think I can get 3%. Look at that. It's almost $1 million. So you're getting their input. Then the next step, and this is the most important thing, this is the engagement. This is where you challenge them to find solutions, opportunities they might not be aware of. Let me repeat that. You challenge them. You get their engagement with the information to find solutions they aren't even aware of. It's what they don't know they should know that makes all the difference in the world. And when you get their involvement, their input, find a solution for it, it's a game changer. Now let's take a look. So I asked the realtor, here's from the research what is going to be sold. Look at this. Sell personal residence. Almost 2,500 households we reach in the next 12 months are going to sell their personal residence. 675 are going to sell an investment property. Okay. And over 1,000 are going to sell land or property. Now here's where you ask them. Here's the number of households we reach who are going to sell property. And by the way, the reason I focused on selling a property, in other words, getting a listing, is because that's hot what's around North America right now. They need listings. They want listings. They're going to aggressively seek and get more listings. So then I ask them, on this list of listing opportunities, where do you think you could get more? In other words, other agents aren't targeting. Okay, and the gentleman might say, or the lady might say, oh my gosh, I should be targeting an investment property. Look at that. There's 675 households, and nobody's really asking for that business. Okay, and the great thing is, in the mobile presentation live, you can click on the edit button, and look at this. You can get their input. So they might say, and you're creating a custom report for them. So they might say, well, I'm not really interested in um, uh, condominiums. We don't have many condominiums in our town, so they can take that off. And then you click on add, and then you can add additional areas. They say, well, I might be interested in purchasing, investment property. So you can click on that and add that to their report, okay? So summary, this part here, you want to engage them. You want to challenge them to find solutions. In other words, specific areas, in this case, listing opportunities they weren't even aware of. And you can edit in real time. In other words, get their input by clicking on the edit button. Okay? Now, the next step on the presentation is to help them identify what they're missing if they're not advertising also with you and on your website. You've made a lot of real estate presentations. They say, well, I don't need you. We've got our own firm site. I got my own agent site. I'm on Zillow. In fact, I'm on 43 different sites. Okay, let's show them what they're missing. So in here, you can show them, yeah, the local agent site is good, but look at this. 39% of the households we reach who are going to buy a home said, yes, I would go to the local agent site, but 61% would not. So 61% of those listings that we just saw a moment ago, they would miss if they're not also advertising with you. If they're on Zillow, they'd miss 64%. On the MLS site, they'd miss 83%. And on the broker site, they would miss 85%. But they say, well, wait a minute, this is great news. What else do you have? So you click on the edit button, you click on add media, and you can now add, and it's from your Pulse of America research, what was just completed. And look at this, every single potential real estate site. So they say, well, I want to take a look at homes and land. I want to take a look at, I've got a Facebook page. Okay, I'm on Realtor.com, Redfin. You get the idea. In your research, Pulse of America survey, we asked every single conceivable real estate site. And the way the question was asked was, if you intend to buy or sell real estate in the next 12 months, which of the following real estate sites would you go to? Now, the next part of the presentation, we want to now show them a consistent campaign. We've identified what their hot button is. In other words, where we can get more for them, right? That's the challenge, and that's finding the solution for them. And so in this example, the person said, my gosh, I can get more, commercial listings. Okay, now I'm going to show you how we can help you get more of those commercial listings that are available with a consistent 52-week campaign. I would show them a calendar at this point. And on the calendar, I would show them, each month how many ads they'd have in the paper. I would show them what they would get on your website, and maybe with your Facebook page, your email blasts, etc. But show them on the calendar the consistency, the frequency, okay? That's going to get their attention, because it makes an impact when they visually see on a calendar. Every day's got something, right? And they think, oh, this is great, I want this. They think it might be a little expensive, right? But then you say, all you need to have this 52-week consistent campaign is just 3 new clients over the next 12 months. Just 3. 3 out of almost 5,000 households we reach, who are going to use a realtor. Well, how'd you calculate that? Well, the campaign is about $187 per week, a little over $9,500 for the year, and we estimate your average commission at $6,600. And we need your input. What do you make, on a listing? And they say, and this is where you can edit. Look at this. Well, my average commission is, and they say $10,000. You're getting their input. You're getting their buy-in, right? And then they say, well, I make about 75% on that listing. I've just got my advertising costs. I don't have, an assistant, etc. Look at this. Now, based on their input, their average commission, their gross profit, all they need is just 2 customers to pay for the campaign. Then you chat with them a bit about what's the upside opportunity. In other words, how few customers do they need, in this case, new clients, to get a 5-time return on their investment. All they need is just 5 customers. That's an overview of the real estate presentation on the new mobile platform. And by the way, I'd wrap it up by saying, look at this. 70% of the households we reach who ran a classified ad with us, they either sold or got many results off their classified ad. If you have any suggestions or questions, it's marling@paper.net. Thanks a lot and have a great day.